Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be doing a review for the World Cup players. So I've tried out a few of the players, or most of the players, because as you guys know I play a lot of drafts. And to be honest, it's so weird to kind of explain the gameplay in the World Cup, right? Because there are games where yeah, this is actually okay. And then there's games where I'm playing it and then I'm just like, yeah, this is better than the regular version of Ultimate Team. And then there's some games that I'm playing where it's like, this is so heavy that I literally want to just tell my player to get off the pitch because he doesn't know how to control the ball properly, right? It's such a 50-50 thing. But for the most part, I have a good idea of the players that are really good in this game and what they have to offer in each scenario. So we don't have to look at the specific stats. I'll just tell you guys what's up with the cards, right? Pele's card. Pele's card for me, guys, and this is an in my opinion video, right? For me, the Peles, the Maradonas, the Messis, they don't cut it for me, right? They don't cut it for me, but they're fun players to use. If I actually pack them, I would use them on my team because they are a lot of fun to use. But they don't cut it for me full meta-wise. Like, I'm telling you guys this right now that my team would have to consist of Ronaldo, Thierry Henry, Ronaldo, and Ronaldinho as my four cams in a 4-2-3-1. I cannot think of anybody else because the situation with players like Messi, Maradona, Pele is that they're short with no physical presence. Now, the thing about this situation, right, is that I have used Neymar already. And Neymar's card, I absolutely love Neymar's card in this game. Because Neymar, although he may not be physical, he is so fast at doing everything else, even when the gameplay is super sluggish. But here's the thing. When the gameplay is sluggish, his physical presence not being there makes it's a bigger deal because of how sluggish the gameplay is, right? But when the gameplay is like somewhat okay, Neymar's an absolute god because he's one of the fastest players in the game to pull off a skill move. The thing about Messi, Maradona, and Pele is that the quickness that they perform skill moves isn't worth the height that they have and stuff, you know? Like with Neymar, when I'm using his card, I think a big thing with him is the 5-star. Like the 5-star weak foot, he finishes so well with his left foot. Like if I make a South American team, which I hope to God you guys make more than one squad for FIFA World Cup, because having one is so annoying. I literally haven't played the tournament mode yet because of that very reason. Like if they don't add an option to give me more squads, I don't want to have to use one squad all the time, right? I want to use different squads. That's why I was excited for the World Cup mode, being able to use all these different squads. But back to the video. Maradona doesn't have the weak foot. Way too many situations in the game where the weak foot, it bothers me way too much, right? Because here's the thing, right? I had a clip on my Twitter the other day of how inconsistent the finishing is, and this Maradona card right here, right, that has 87 finishing, 90 composure, 82 shot power, right, missed the easiest opportunity because of the finishing mechanics in the game. So it isn't worth having him in the game because that moment, a Maradona's left foot, literally the foot that he favors the most, was so inconsistent. And Neymar with a 5-star weak foot, 5-star left foot, I liked his finishing more than Maradona's, which is so weird, right? But anyways, I digress. Neymar, absolute god, love him in this game, but he lacks the physical presence. Pele, Maradona, fun cards to use, but again, lacks way too much physical presence. Even when I was using Pele, if the gameplay is sluggish, you cannot use players like Pele and Maradona to their full potential because the dribbling isn't going to be relevant because they're so weak, and on the ball, they're not going to be as responsive dribbling-wise because of how the gameplay is being. Same thing with Messi. Love using Messi. Really fun card to use. But at this point in FIFA, I never was a huge fan of the rare gold player Messi in the regular version of Ultimate Team. And it kind of feels the same way as it does in the World Cup version of Ultimate Team because he doesn't have the upgrades like some of his informs and his Team of the Year does, right? So that's why I don't really like Messi. Ronaldo, beautiful. I love this card. I don't know why people say that they don't like this card because it's literally gorgeous. Still the best player in the game in my opinion. Like his movement, and Thierry Henry is just, I love Thierry Henry in this mode. I loved him in the regular mode, but in this mode he's gorgeous. Absolutely love him. Ronaldo I haven't tried out yet because, have I tried out Ronaldo yet? I don't think so. I don't know if they've given me a draft. I may have won once with Ronaldo and Ronaldo as striker, but I don't remember exactly. But dudes, just imagine Ronaldinho, central cam, Ronaldo on the right, Thierry Henry on the left, and then striker Ronaldo up top. Ooh! beautiful, man. It would be so beautiful in a 4-2-3-1. The perfect meta, right? Yashin, garbage. Don't get him. He's not a good goalkeeper. The only goalie you should use in this game is honestly De Gea and maybe Ter Stegen, because Ter Stegen has the leg save trait, so he could be really good. But Yashin, I don't know why EA can't get this right. Goalies that aren't De Gea and stuff just are really bad. Like Yashin actually cost me a draft win the other day because he let in the worst goal possible. Like the ball was literally shot at him, and it's as if he slapped the ball into the net. It was really bad. You guys may have seen it on the stream or not, right? Thierry Henry, absolutely love him, man. The trait that Thierry Henry has, guys, right? Which apparently isn't here, but the trait that he has of pressing the defensive line is so beautiful because it's so noticeable on his card, right? It's a characteristic that Thierry Henry has that just makes him an absolute god. And if he was a left cam, he would just be amazing, right? Mateus, love Mateus. Really surprised by that, actually. But I think the biggest reason is because of the sluggish gameplay again. So hear me out on this, right? He's got 89 pace, right? But he actually moves left and right quite nicely because of the gameplay change of it being a little bit slower, right? Mateus is actually a solid card. Would I use him as a CDM? Debatable. I don't know if I would use him as a CDM per se. I would have to try that out because I've tried out a bunch of things with CDMs and I kind of realize what I need and don't need, right? And Mateus is just not a card that I need. A big thing that I've noticed in this game is that tall players who are physical are the most ideal players possible. The small players, like I love if they gave me like a Conte, I have to try him out because I haven't tried out Conte yet, but he's a very odd player. But Mateus, I really, really liked him when I was using him in the draft. I was using him, can't remember which formation it was, but I think he was one of the CDMs, or he was the CDM, if I'm not mistaken. And it's never ideal to have a high workers on the CDM because you'll notice it right away in the middle of the pitch that it just doesn't work. I have Pogba and Goretzka on my team right now, and I'm not really sure if I want to go with that, so I might switch it to like people who are like proper CDMs. I'm still trying to like figure out the situation there. But Lewandowski, I've tried out Lewandowski's card one time. I thought he was good, but the pace is just far too low, right? It's kind of noticeable with him. Bobby Moore, fun card to use. He is 68 pace, but he's fun card to use. If I do pack him, I would use him. Lineker, wouldn't be caught dead using Lineker because I think he's trash in the game. I don't like him at all. But again, this is my opinion, guys. I know a lot of people said Lineker's great in the streams and stuff, but for me personally, wasn't a huge fan of him. I was using him in a draft, and I just didn't really work with him that well, right? I'm not actually sure if Lineker has any traits that are actually beneficial, but I think for me, when my strikers don't have 4-star skill moves, it makes me not like them. I don't like anybody that isn't 4-star skills because that may just be a personal thing, right? Carlos Puyol, haven't tried Carlos Puyol yet, but I'm sure he'll be fun too. He probably will feel like a better version of Bobby Moore. I tried out Suarez already, and I'll tell you guys this right now. Is he full meta? No, because he doesn't have the pace. But is he fun to use? Yeah, his finishing is disgusting. This guy finishes everything for some reason, right? He's a striker. It's Luis Suarez, one of the best strikers in the world, so it makes sense. His passing is actually quite nice. His 79 passing is okay with him. 83 physical. Very, very big deal. He has the skill moves. He has the weak foot, so solid card. Neuer, haven't tried him out yet, but people said that Neuer is a freaking beast in this game, so take it as you wish. Ronaldinho, absolutely love him. Literally a god. I was so happy that I packed Ronaldinho instead of Pele. People were like, oh, it could have been Pele. And I'm just there like, thank God it wasn't, because Ronaldinho is actually tall with physical. Tall as in like, he's like, what, 5... I don't know how tall Ronaldinho is, but in game he's not short, so we'll just leave it at that. But Pele, he's definitely short in game. Same with Maradona and so on and so forth. Blanc, absolute monster. My ideal center back formation that I want to go with is Laurent Blanc and Sergio Ramos together. That would be God tier. But I think with the situation with Laurent Blanc, if EA, for the love of God, adds the option to increase the squad from 1 to as it is in the regular Ultimate Team, I probably wouldn't use Blanc with Ramos. I would probably try to get Varane or... Umtiti's pretty good too. I do enjoy using Umtiti, but I think Varane would be better than Ramos, or Varane would be better than Umtiti, and might be better than Ramos. I don't know, right? But I think I would use the Varane and Ramos thing together. But Laurent Blanc, I would probably put him in the South American team because center back wise, they don't really got much going for them. I did get Davinson Sanchez, and I'm very happy about that because medium-high work rates, really great pace, defensive stats, physical stats, all there. And then Laurent Blanc, like every time I come up against him in a draft, and I used him, or I used Blanc with Sergio Ramos before. It's god tier. Sergio Ramos is amazing in this game. Okay, it's so good. De Gea, it's just you don't have to do a review about De Gea. He's the only usable goalkeeper in this game. De Bruyne, I never liked De Bruyne, and when I use him in the Ultimate Team version, he was fun to use in a 4-1-2-2 as a right center mid. I will admit he was fun, meta-wise, if I'm coming up against a good player that has a good team, I would never be caught dead with him. Hazard's always a weird card. I don't know how to explain Hazard's card. He's always just very, very weird. He should be so much better than his well, not better than his stats suggest, but how he plays in game, he should be way better. And I just feel like he really isn't. Toni Kroos, surprisingly really fun. Not really, it's not really that surprising because the gameplay is a little bit slower, so it kind of makes sense. Hummels, 66 pace. I've used him once, too slow. Hernandez. Here's the situation with Hernandez. So Hernandez doesn't have the weak foot. That will always be a problem 100%. But this card is really, really fun to use. If I had him in a right cam, I would actually use him there because he's really fun. And if you actually look at the card stats, he does have 82 stamina, great finishing. And if you use him as a right cam, his right foot will be god tier because he does have 86 shot power, 91 finishing, 86 composure. But again, take into account that the finishing is very inconsistent. But very, very good card. I did enjoy using him. Deku, very usable. I'll be honest with you. Players like Deku, Toni Kroos, Modric, they seem usable in the game now, right? For some reason, because I keep saying for some reason, but it's because the gameplay is a little bit different. But Deku is a lot of fun to use. But the thing is, guys, and I will always say this, and this is always a relevant situation. Not having the defensive and physical stats will always 100% be an issue defending-wise in the midfield. But in real life, with the situation of them not being super aggressive on the defensive front and them being actual center mids like Fabregas, can't think of players right off the top of my head, even though there's thousands or hundreds of quality ones. You know what I mean, right? So Deku is very usable. Same with Modric. Modric is actually a fun card. I hate Modric's card in the regular mode, but in the World Cup mode, he's a lot of fun. His dribbling is quite nice, and then Deku and Modric together, it was a pretty cool combo to work with. Rui Costa's trash. I absolutely hate him. I'm sorry, Rui Costa, you're a Portuguese legend, but I hate it. His dribbling takes way too long, especially since the game plays dribbling now is slower. It makes it even worse because his characteristic feels like slow dribbling, even though it really shouldn't, because he does have 86 agility and 83 balance. Maybe it's the acceleration that's too low to the agility and balance, but even still wouldn't really make much sense. But he just doesn't feel very good in the game for me personally. Okacha, love his dribbling, physical presence not being there, very, very noticeable with the card. But everything else, he's actually kind of fun. His composure is nice, so if you give him a hunter card, really, really fun card to use. I actually did enjoy using him. I've used Okacha, I would say 5 times, 4 or 5 times already in the draft. And I like him, not full metas. The pace isn't really up there. You got to give him a hunter card right off the bat. But he's a fun card. Sergio Ramos, probably the best center back in the game. Him and Laurent Blanc. Griezmann's fun card to use. Really enjoy using him. But I think he'll be better in a 4-1-2-2. I don't think he's good as a lone striker at all. He's not, I don't think. He isn't a good striker at all because he isn't Ronaldo, Thierry Henry, or even Suarez. That would have helped too. But no physical presence on Griezmann makes it so that you literally have no attacking presence. You'll outskill your opponent and he'll just body Griezmann, right? So if you use him in a 4-1-2-2 narrow formation that has 2 strikers, even 4-3-1-2, he's going to be very good for you. Use him as a left striker, he'll be awesome, in my opinion, right? Striker Cavani, never used him, never going to be asked to be honest. Eriksen, I've used Eriksen. I'll be honest, he's better than the regular version of Ultimate Team because the pace is slower, right? But I still don't like Eriksen's card. He just does 75 pace. You know what I mean? Coutinho. Did I use Coutinho? I don't think I've used Coutinho yet, but it'd be interesting to use him. I think he would actually be a really fun player to use. 4-star, high, medium, 92 dribbling. His shooting stats would be better if you give him an actual hunter card because composure is pretty good. So definitely worth looking into. Can't speak English right now. Courtois, never would be asked to use him because every time they offer me him, I have a better option. So there's really no reason for me to use him. Salah, I really enjoy using Salah. 3-star weak foot, still very noticeable on the card, but I have noticed that it is better than the 2-star. Definitely there. You know how sometimes when EA upgrade a player's weak foot, for instance, and they say, oh, instead of it being 2-star, now it's 3-star, or instead of the biggest one is 3-star to 4-star. That is the biggest one. Messi does not feel like he has a 4-star weak foot. He feels like he has like a 3.5 or 3-star weak foot. Kind of like that situation, right? Pep, I've used Pep already. Pep's a really fun player to use. Ozil wouldn't be asked to use him. Conte, I really need EA to give me Conte in a draft because I need to try him, because everybody's like, dude, Conte is a legitimate god, but I have like doubts because he's small, right? And I don't know, I've noticed that I love the big dudes that are physical, that can handle the situation. I love Pogba, by the way, which is an interesting one because I literally despise of Pogba's regular card in regular Ultimate Team. Though, for those of you that know that, you know what I'm talking about. I hated that card. But in the World Cup mode, I liked him a lot. As a CDM, I don't know. As a center mid, he's an absolute god. Right center mid, preferably, he's very good. So with Conte, I need to try him out because I need someone who's medium-high work rates that is actually very good defensively. And I think I would link him probably with Matuidi as a CDM, even though Matuidi's high work rates. They may have changed it, I don't know. But if it is changed, it would definitely be really nice, to be honest. Thiago, haven't used Thiago's card. Paulinho, I haven't used it, but I'm sure it would be really good as a center mid or even possibly a CDM, high work rates. I've used Nameless as a CDM, and I wasn't a really huge fan of it, so just take that into account. Marcelo, I'm telling you guys this right now with Marcelo's card. Marcelo is actually sick in this World Cup mode. He has 79 pace, so you have to give him Shadow 100%. Got to give him that Shadow card. But he's very fun to use, man. That 4-star situation that he's got going on, he actually plays quite nicely. I do like him a lot. Miranda used him once, pretty good player as well. Dybala, haven't used him, but he looks really cool. Aguero, same thing. Probably gonna do a part 2 of the video of the players that I haven't used yet, right? Jerome Boateng, I haven't used. Ter Stegen, saves a leg trait. That's all I'm gonna say. Lloris, I've used him a few times. Very inconsistent as well. Wouldn't recommend him. And I think everybody that's a little bit lower, I haven't used any of them. So like Gabriel Jesus, Pogba, let's see here. Anybody else that I've used? Perisic is actually really fun to use. Hunter card again. If you get a Hunter is a card that you need for most of the players, to be honest, because they're not like huge on the stats. Mbappe, guys, it's a goddamn miracle because Mbappe is actually good in the World Cup mode. But guys, I need you guys to understand why stats are important. Look at this card. Look at his agility and balance. Now, let's look at Mbappe's agility and balance on the regular version of Ultimate Team, which for some reason I can't search for over here. If we search up Mbappe's card, right? Mbappe's card, striker card. Let's just go to his 84, right? Bam, 77, 79, garbage, right? In my opinion. Again, Mbappe, really fun card to use. Fun, but not physical. Physical is always noticeable with this card, but definite improvement. If they improved his shot power, would have been god tier, but his shot power is still very noticeably low, but you got to give him a Hunter card again, right? Koscielny, actually a really good center back. He doesn't have, like, the physical would have been more of a problem in the regular version of Ultimate Team, but for some reason, even though physical is a huge thing for the version of for the World Cup version of Ultimate Team, for some reason he works in a team and he plays really well with those medium-high work rates. Same goes for Umtiti. Love Umtiti. He's a solid player to use. Matuidi, high work rates as a CDM. He was okay. It wasn't too bad. I enjoyed him. Jordi Alba, solid left back. Probably the best left back in the game because he just moves left and right like a speed demon. Just love him. Firmino. Unfortunately, I liked Firmino in the regular version of Ultimate Team as a beginner squad, but in the version of Ultimate Team now, he's just too sluggish, man, for some reason. Let me see his card. Yep, definitely. Well, the acceleration and sprint speed is low, so that could be a reason potentially, but Rui Costa shouldn't have poor dribbling, so there's also that situation. Anything else that I've tried here? I have not tried any of these guys. Sterling was really fun to use, but his shooting is awful. Herrera, haven't tried him out yet, but he'd probably make a decent center mid or CDM, to be fair. He's high work rates. Interesting. Douglas Costa, I enjoyed using him. To a 3-star weak foot, always noticeable, though. You know when it's noticeable? It's noticeable when you're in a certain situation and you want to be able to do a driven shot across goal, but you know that even if your Maradona can't hit it with his left foot, you know for a straight fact a 3-star Douglas Costa with 77 finishing is probably not going to score it, so it doesn't really give you a lot of confidence to shoot with him, right? But yeah, we're going to conclude the video there, guys. I've reviewed probably the most of them. Again, I think a big thing with this game is physical presence, height, and just think of a player that's beast, right? Big guy, good pace or decent pace. As an attacker, good pace, but CDM, center mids, decent pace, 79s or 80s or whatever, right? Back four, pretty generic, Kyle Walker, Sergio Ramos, Laurent Blanc, Umtiti, Koscielny, left back, Jordi Alba, Marcelo, blah, 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 right? So there's a lot of decent cards to use in the World Cup mode. I really want to try them all out, but I need EA to give me the squad option. Here's the reason why I haven't tried it yet, guys. And I want to do like a squad review of different types of squads that I use in the World Cup and try to win it and whatever, right? The reason why I haven't done it yet is because I like changing my instructions and tactics when I'm on a different squad screen. I don't want to have to do it for the same squad all the time. That's why I haven't done it yet. So hopefully EA add it. If they don't, I'm going to be super disappointed. But if they do, then we'll be able to try out the South American team, in which I have so many god tier players to work with. But that is going to conclude the video for today, guys. If you guys did enjoy it, please drop a thumbs up on the video. It definitely helps out the channel a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.